Hey, Don Zappia with eXp Real Estate. I'm just going to make it as simple as possible. And here's the simple part, is that there are brokerages. One broker, two broker, three broker, four brokers. There's thousands of brokers out there. eXp came in about 15 years ago, right around there, and created this thing called the cloud-based business, okay? And everybody went, whoa, we can't do that. We need our brick and mortar. So we were the new guys on the block. And that, when you really relate to the new guys on the block, when the new kid came to school, guess what happened? He was the new kid. People poked at him, picked on him, dumped his milk in the cafeteria. Well, that's what happened to eXp. Our milk got dumped. And everybody kept dumping our milk. But as they were dumping our milk, our company grew. Actually, the fastest growing company in real estate history grew to over 85 to 90,000 agents currently with eXp Real Estate. That's without no mergers or buyouts and all that crazy stuff you hear today. That is strictly agents telling other agents about eXp and the benefits it has for us. So let me get into it real quick. eXp Real Estate is a cloud-based business, okay? We are in business for ourselves. We not report to a broker, but we have a broker that holds our license. eXp holds my license. The biggest difference that eXp has is that we are cloud-based. We are not a brick and mortar company or real estate broker. We actually work from the cloud. All our information is up in the cloud, which we're very familiar with in this time of society that we live in. So with that, a lot of the rumors and a lot of the rebuttals were, oh, you get no support. There is nobody you could talk to. Well, I would bet my paycheck against your paycheck that I could talk to my broker within 2 minutes versus you talking to your broker. I could talk to my accounting department within 2 minutes. I don't think you can talk to your accounting department. So as far as support goes, I mean, we have all kinds of support at a click of a button, pretty much like that. I got my broker, I got accounting, I got help, I got advice, I got training, I got expert training, I got coaching, I got all that stuff in a click of a button, just like a regular, I shouldn't say that, not just like a brick and mortar brokerage, but not all of them have the support. So the other thing that we hear is that eXp is all about recruiting, and that's all they're worried about. It's a multi-level marketing company. It's not a real estate company. And you know what? There's a lot of truth to that. But aren't all real estate companies a multi-level marketing company? Don't all real estate companies actually recruit, right? And recruit because that's their lifeline. If the broker did not continuously recruit and look for top performing agents to support their brokerages, they would be out of business. They would be out of business quicker than a cloud-based company because they have all these expenses, mortgages, insurances, and upkeep of buildings, where cloud-based broker doesn't have that. So without all those expenses, our cloud-based broker, eXp, is able to give more back to the agents. And that's what I'm sort of here talking to you a little bit about. So all that stuff about cloud-based brokerage and being a multi-level marketing company and not having support, put that way over there. It's really not true. Okay, there's more support than you can imagine. And as far as recruiting, I've been getting phone calls and emails on a daily basis. You know, we want to sit down and talk to you about our opportunity at our company. I'm sure you too have been getting those emails and text messages and voicemails and all that to recruit you, especially if you're a top performing agent. So eXp, the model is this. As we decided to build our business in eXp, is we build it through our agents. And the reason why we build our company through our agents rather than a broker making all those phone calls and doing all the interviews is that the agents has got a first-hand look of how great this company really is. So, and not only that, every agent out there has ownership within the company. In other words, for different plateaus that we hit within the company, and we're allowed to even buy stock with some of our commission monies that we actually buy into the company, becoming part owner of the company, at least in an equity standpoint. So in your broker, a traditional brick and mortar, is basically you have two buckets of income. One bucket is buyers, right? Next bucket is sellers. Guess what happens if you don't have no buyers and you have no sellers? You got nothing. So in eXp, they created a way that you could get a 5-bucket income. And that's why I looked at eXp. It wasn't because I wanted to switch to another broker. It was because I wanted a future. When I first got in real estate, I said, there's got to be more than what I'm doing, right? More than buying and selling. There's got to be something back behind that. And I found it with eXp. And what I mean by that, so I have buyers and I have sellers just like you, and I make income from buyers and sellers. But if I stop selling something, I don't have any income. It's all gone away. So what I seen with eXp is I seen an opportunity to earn equity in the company with stocks, okay? And different platforms, different levels that I make in the company, I get more and more stock. Well, a lot of people might say, well, your cap is $16,000. And I look at them, I go, no, I don't have a cap. So let me explain that. My cap is $16,000, and I'm pretty proud to say that because I've never paid it. And what I mean by that, because of me being a productive agent, that $16,000 that I paid in cap, I got all back in stock because I hit a plateau and became an icon agent. Actually, I've done that 5 years in a row, and this will be in my 6th year ending 2026. So that's 16,000, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 16 times 5, and 16 times 6. That's what I have in my stock plan right now, and that's what I'm talking about. 2-bucket system. Now I'm at a 3-bucket system because now I have that stock. That stock also earns me money as the stock goes up or down, right? When it goes up, I earn money. When it goes down, I don't. But on top of that, I'm also getting dividends, another source of income. So buyers, sellers, stock income, right? Stocks, and then dividends. So eXp has a future for me, almost like a built-in 401k plan. When I sell a property, I get some stock. I put it over in this little area. And when I decide to retire as a real estate agent, yes, I said retire as a real estate agent, I look over at my stock plan and go, guess what? I got a couple $100,000 in there that I could retire with. I could go on vacation, I could go on trips, I could buy my vacation home, whatever it may be, I have it. And it's tucked away all through doing what? Buying and selling transactions. So now we got buying, selling, stocks received, dividends received, and now we have a 5th item that this explain that recruiting multi-level marketing program, right? That you hear about, and everyone's confused about, oh, they're a network marketing company. Well, so are most of the real estate companies in the world, a recruiting company. So here's what eXp did. eXp said, hey, you as a real estate agent, you go tell somebody about our company and attract them into our company. Show them what we have. If they like to join it, guess what? When that agent sells something, you get a piece of that revenue. Well, here's the cool thing about it. That revenue doesn't come from the agent. That revenue comes from the company. So you know that's cap I was talking about, that $16,000. So that cap is set up as a new agent coming in. I don't care if you're doing $3 billion, or I don't care if you're doing $300,000 in real estate. You start at eXp at an 80-20 split. 20% to the company, 80% to you. Not too bad. And then that 20%, 10% of that 20% goes into revenue share for agents that actually are bringing people into the company to get paid. So the company is putting that money forward for agents that recruit agents to get paid, not taken away from the agents, and the company still has 10% of that money to create and keep the company going and buying strong and going into different countries. Right now, I think we're 27 or 29 different countries we expanded to, and that just keeps going, 2 to 3 countries a year. So anyway, here's what happened. So you recruited that agent. I earned a little bit on that agent. Well, that agent fell in love with eXp, their training, their support network, all the cool tech tools. The tech stack is crazy, right? All those things that other companies, a CRM, and not only that, the individual masterminds throughout the country that you could talk to, coaches and top performing agents, what's working, what's not working. That's what eXp, that's where it excels above every other company out there. So you recruit an agent, that agent basically goes and calls another agent, say, hey, you really need to take a look at this. This is something really special. eXp's got something really special. And then that agent recruits another agent. Well, that goes 7 levels deep. And what I mean by that is that I bring somebody in, that brings somebody in, brings somebody in, brings somebody in, 7 levels deep. I am getting paid on those agents' production, not from those agents. Again, eXp's all about the agent, making sure the agents are taken care of first, then the company. That's the mindset. Agents, give them what they need to be successful. They become successful, the whole company becomes successful. Totally different way of thinking in the brokerage world. And that's why nobody liked the new kid on the block.